Welcome, friends, haters, gentle lovers, and feeders. Please join me as we experience together the most bafflingly interesting person on the internet. On today's episode, Amberlynn Reid does basically nothing. All right. She really has made it. Well, we're almost there. We got one more day. But, okay, here we go. And if you would like to like and subscribe, that would literally be hectic. I'm not gonna lie.
Hello, welcome to a new Vlogmas. So there's only 2 left, folks. Today and tomorrow, which is...
You know, she's thinking, thank God, I have been working so hard, I can actually take a break after this. I have had to work 30 minutes a day for 24 days. I cannot handle this anymore. You know, she's gonna disappear for like a month after this.
so freaking crazy. So when you guys are watching this, it's Christmas Eve. So happy Christmas Eve. I hope that you guys have a good one. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve for me. Today's the...
She is a professional YouTuber. I know that that's kind of weird to say because it's Amberlynn Reid, but look at this. Just look at what's happening right now, right? This is her job. This is how she makes a living. And she was like, you know what? I'm just going to put a towel on my head and I'm just going to kind of wear nothing, basically. Now, I get that there are people that make a living wearing nothing, and they tend to make a lot of money wearing nothing. But that's not what's happening here, right? Well, or maybe it is. Maybe this is for a certain type of person. But what it comes off as to the general public that, you know, would click on a video and watch it is this person just doesn't give a single shit about their audience. They don't care. She doesn't care enough to put in the tiniest amount of effort. She's just like, oh, I've got to film this bull crap today. I'll just, whatever. I've got my talent. I'm just going to turn my phone on. So think about that. She's a professional. Can you imagine what other job can you look like this and just be like, fuck it. I'm going to record in my underwear or whatever. Like, you know what? Good for her. I guess I'm jealous.
23rd. I have been having so much fun with Vlogmas, so thank you guys so much for joining me on this ride. Another year.
I call bullshit. No way she's been having fun. She has hated every second of this. No, she is going to be so glad that Vlogmas is over, and I don't think we're going to see her all of January.
That I did it and completed it, so yay me. Anyways, hello. I also want to say thank you guys so much. I am almost at 243,000 subscribers. I always gain around 800 a month, so thank you guys so much. You guys are like literally amazing. So
how? Like, I don't mean to be mean, but why? That can't be real, right? Do you think she buys subscribers? Because, like, the only people that I can think of that would watch her that aren't, like, hate watching are feeders and, like, fat acceptance or fat liberation people, right? So there can't be that many people that 800 a month would subscribe to her. Because anybody else who would watch her for more than a minute or two would go, what is this? Why am I watching this? This is just nonsense. It's just complete garbage, you know? So why? That can't be right. There's something fishy about that.
Tommy told me to check the package room. She got me a lamp because I've been wanting one for my side table, and she went and got one for me. And it's so cute. It's small. It's exactly what I wanted. As you guys know.
Wow. A lamp. That's just what she made that seem like it was a car. You know, she was like, it's just what I wanted. Girl, it's a lamp. It's an all right lamp. It's fine, but it's a fucking lamp. This is her life, folks. This is what she gets excited about.
So I film right here, and I'm always like, oh my God, I need a lamp. Now we have one. And yes, I also got Tommy Christmas presents, but I just didn't vlog any of it. But I can show you some of the things I got her. So she really likes skincare and stuff like that. So I got her this turmeric clay mask, green tea clay mask, and a Dead Sea Minerals mud mask. I also got her this exfoliating glove, which I use and definitely recommend. You guys, this is like the best exfoliating glove I've ever used in my life. So I got her one of those. So we both also
Hot.
asked for a couple things for Christmas. She asked for a sketchbook and some oil pastels, so I got her both of those. Random fact about Tommy is she is super creative and artistic, and she's
It's good to have a hobby. I know Amberlynn likes to pretend like she has a hobby, but she doesn't ever follow. I mean, Lego maybe her hobby, kinda, except for the thing is drawing and coloring and things like that, and using pastels and stuff. Like, that's actually a way to be creative. I think Amberlynn thinks Lego is being creative, but it's not. There's no creativity in getting the correct bricks, being told exactly where to put them, and putting them in the right spot. That's not creativity. That's just following directions. You know, like, sure, the thing that you get at the end is cool and it's cute sometimes and fun and interesting sometimes, but it's not creative at all, period. Not even a little bit. So, you know, good for Tommy, good for Emily, for actually having a creative hobby. You know, I hate to give her props for anything, so, screw them both.
really good at it. I knew she needed tongs, so I got her some tongs. And then I also know that she wanted to start over her Tupperware storage container situation type deal because she had a few missing lids, and I prefer glass storage, and I know that that was something she was interested in, so I got her some of that. And then I got her these 2 coloring books. It's not a typical coloring book. It's the type of coloring book where you are trying to mimic the page.
Is anybody else falling asleep? What is happening?
That's already there. So I can show you an example.
Okay, so this is so she's coloring. So I guess that's a little more creative. Let's see.
Here, she has already colored me the rose. Like, it's so good. Like, look at that. The time it takes her to do this is insane, and how many different colors she uses, and like blending techniques and like mixing colors together. I'm just like, girl, you are so talented. Like, I literally can't. I'll have to show you guys in the future some more of her artwork she has done. Like, she just leaves my jaw on the floor at how amazing she is. Okay, guys.
I mean, it's fine, but see, the problem is Amberlynn is so sheltered, like self-sheltered, and so devoid of any real culture or really like, it doesn't take much to impress Amberlynn. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, it's fine. I mean, there is orders of magnitude more creativity in the coloring and what that picture that Emily did than anything Amberlynn Reid has ever done or will ever do. So, I mean, at least it's something.
So, update. I think I'm gonna go back on semaglutide, or I want to try terzepatide. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. Either way, they're both weight loss injections. And
girl, that's not what you need. I understand that semaglutide and Ozempic and a lot of those have been shown to work pretty well, but that's on people who are a little overweight, not 500 pounds. Because the problem is as soon as you start it, you're going to lose some weight, and then it's going to start wearing off. And then you're going to have to up the dose, and you're going to have to do it basically forever. You can't just, because as soon as you stop it, you're going to gain all that weight right back. So even if you were the type of person to stick with stuff, and you are not, period, you are just not. You are not the type of person that ever sticks with anything. But even if you were, there's no way you could stick with this long enough for it to do what you need it to do, and that is to be a permanent fix. You need a permanent lifestyle change. This is just a Band-Aid, and it's going to hurt you in the long run, or it's just going to be something you do for a week and stop. So just no. Just no.
I'm pretty sure today I'm going to sign up. There are so many websites out there where you can get things like semaglutide, but there's only a few true reputable ones, and I have been doing research for weeks now, and I think I finally chose the one.
I'm not going to comment on a reputable. I'm not.
I don't know what it is, but sometimes like I'm biased, and I'm a super indecisive person, so if So many people come at me with like a negative aspect, which there's nothing negative about this. But with some of the people that watch me, they create negativity out of.
There's nothing negative about, like, here's the thing. This is a great example of her just baffling immaturity. Is she decides a thing, she wants to do a thing, and in her mind it's if she thinks it's good, it's 100% good. There's nothing negative about it. She just flat out said there's nothing negative about this, which is so stupid. It's hard to even know where to start explaining how stupid that is. Like, the side effects are dangerous and generally not great. There are far more negatives than positives, even just beyond it, for just normal people, right? For just the average person, not a 500-pound person, and not for somebody like Amberlynn Reid who doesn't stick to anything, right? There are negatives after negatives. You have to decide if those negatives are worth it. But she just said there are no negatives, which is just so dumb. It's such a terrible way to look at things. And then, again, in her own mind, she says there's no negatives. So if somebody says there's a negative, then they're just a hater. That's Amberlynn Reid in a nutshell. Is I have decided a thing is good, whether it is or not. If somebody says bad thing about it, that person is hater. Even if it's legit. Because she, in her mind, there is no legit negativity. There's no criticism she can receive that's legit. Any criticism she gets is from haters, or negativity is from haters. She just said that about a dangerous weight loss. Well, a sort of mysterious and still unproven weight loss drug that has been known to have some pretty serious side effects. She just said there's no negatives, 100% positive, totally fine. And if you say there's something negative, then guess what? You hate me. That's what we're dealing with. Cool. Awesome. Way to go. You are so smart.
Everything, no shade, but I think we're all aware of that by now. But anyways, I just don't want to say like what company or anything like that yet. For the sake of me like changing my mind, I don't want to change my mind. I want to go back on semaglutide. I felt at my absolute best, and right now I feel horrible. So I'm signing up today. Today's the day. I'm signing up. I'll take you guys on that journey. And the reason why like I haven't been talking about this is because it became such like a weird taboo subject. And I also just like haven't been vlogging. I'm still back and forth, like losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight for the last like 6 months, but I just haven't been sharing.
I'm not buying it. Nope. Gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight. No. You added a part of that shouldn't have been there. Gaining weight. Like that's, I mean, look, it's pretty clear.
That because really like I have just been like in my own little world, and I've taken a lot of stuff away from my vlogging. And with Vlogmas, I think it's like made me love vlogging again. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of has brought back a certain spark for me, and
bullshit. There's no way she's going to continue vlogging, at least not very often after this. She's going to disappear for weeks, maybe a month, and then she's going to come back, and she's only going to do it as much as she absolutely has to like continue getting a paycheck.
I realized my life is my life. This is what I'm going through, and I'm done trying to like not film certain things because I'm afraid of what people are going to say. Like, I don't care. I realized I am judged regardless. I'm done thinking in my head, I'm not going to share anything about weight loss because it's been such a taboo subject. Like, I don't care anymore.
Okay, so this is the problem, right? This is, again, Amberlynn in a nutshell. Is she says, I don't care, I'm judged either way. Which, generally speaking, what is actually happening is people point out the terrible things that she's doing or the way she's doing things that's not right or whatever, and she takes that as judgment or hate, right? So when she gets actual criticism, because if you have watched very many reaction channels, almost all of them, when they're talking about Amber, it's generally constructive criticism, right? Some of them do it in a nicer way than others. Most of the time, it is the stuff that she needs to hear. She doesn't want to hear it, and she takes it as hate, but it's stuff that she needs to hear. Stuff like, you should be in inpatient treatment. and the diet that you're on right now is not a great idea. Your girlfriend is a known feeder. You should probably be careful. Things like that. And so if it goes against what she likes or what she wants to do, it's hate. When she came out crying saying, you just can't see me, nobody wants to see me happy. And it was when people were like, you are in a dangerous situation, you need to watch out. Instead of saying, listen, I get it. Thank you for looking out for me. Or ignoring it would be better, but thank you for looking out for me. Whatever. No, she takes it as hate. So this is exactly the problem. Is she says, I'm just going to vlog my life because I'm going to be judged no matter what I do. And it's like, yes, because you do things so bafflingly wrong so much that of course people are going to point it out. But the problem is not that you do the wrong thing. It's that when people do call you out, you just stick your fingers in your ears and call it hate and just keep making mistakes, keep doing the wrong thing. And that's why you are where you are right now. Because you have deemed anything that just makes you not feel great or makes you, doesn't just pat you on the back and say, great job, is hate.
Like, it is what it is. Okay, I'm fully aware this angle is hexagona, but it is what it is in this moment.
Heyo! This angle is... Heyo, it's me.
So I am signing up for sure today, right now. It's currently happening. It's asking me a bunch of questions because we're doing like an intake form, but it's asking what medications I'm interested in. There's a lot to choose from, but I'm going to click Ozempic, which is semaglutide, and I'm also going to click Mounjaro, which is the tirzepatide. It is super confusing to people who don't understand, which I barely understand. But Mounjaro is the medicine, tirzepatide is the compound of it, just like Ozempic is the medicine and semaglutide is the compound of it. So
does she know the word generic? I don't think she knows the word generic. I think if she would just say that Mounjaro is the brand name of whatever that Josephatide or whatever she said, and that the Josephatide or whatever was the generic, I think people would know what she means. But she just she has to make everything so much more complicated than it needs to be.
Those are the ones I'm interested in because I'm actually scheduling an appointment with the provider. So you will be seeing a doctor and a nutritionist, which I think is so freaking awesome. I already have my doctor's appointments scheduled.
Oh, good. You'll get to see a doctor and a nutritionist. Two people to whom you will never listen. You will go, and then you will walk away and do whatever the fuck you want anyway. The nutrition... Bro, she's going to see a nutrition. That's so stupid. She's been doing this for so long that I can't help but laugh when she says she's going to see a nutritionist. Okay. I mean, whatever. Good luck. And good luck, nutritionist.
For the 26th. One day after Christmas and one day before my birthday. I think we're going to be starting the new year on a good note, gotta say. By the way, AirPod in ear does not mean that I am FaceTiming Tommy.
Bro, she has to respond to every little thing. No, don't. I always say, I try to, and again, people are trying to look out for her, man. I know I'm not particularly nice, but, and I know she's never going to watch any video I do, but I don't know, man. Most people that react to her are trying to help. But she just really, she just has to respond. She has to, every little thing.
I'm constantly listening to something, but if I'm vlogging and I have this in my ear, that just means that it's paused. I've been doing this for years. I used to have big beats and you guys would come for me all the time about the beats. And then one of my exes actually got these for me. They're more...
When? I don't remember. Listen, I am not what you would consider an Amber expert, but I'm pretty well versed in the Amber lore, and I've been following for a while. And I don't remember, and maybe I just missed that era, but I don't remember there being maybe she's worn them a time or two, but I don't remember it being enough. This is all the time. She wears this thing constantly, enough that it's just people are like, oh, it's the AirPod again. I don't remember her having beats that she had on enough for people to comment on it. I think she's just making that up.
More small, not as noticeable, but I have these in my ear 24/7. It's a sensory thing. Like I can't have it completely silent. I always have to be listening to a podcast.
And okay, there it is again. It can't just be I like listening to stuff. It's a sensory thing. I have to have like it has to be she has to hint that it's a medical condition or a mental health issue, right? She has to hint that it's an actual issue with her, not just I like listening to shit. Like here's the thing, I used to manage an apartment complex, and I would have an earbud in my ear all the time because I'd be listening to stuff, and it would be a good way for me to answer calls while I'm under a sink or whatever, and be hands free all the time. So I had an excuse, but I also just wore all the time. Even when I went home, I just had because I would start a book or something at work, and I'd listen to it at home. I just kind of finish up while I was at home doing whatever. And if you were to ask me, why do you wear that all the time? I would say, because I like listening to books. I like listening to podcasts. And it kind of helps me get through my day, and it's kind of fun to listen to stuff. But for her, it has to be, it's a sensory thing. It's giving, I suffer from ASMR, right? Where she just says a thing that she thinks might get her some sympathy and attention instead of just being a normal person. People like listening to stuff. That's just part of life, right? But no, it's her. It's a sensory thing.
Some sort. Okay, you guys, so my grandma's last gift came in, so now I can wrap this. And I need to remind myself next year, get boxes to put oddly shaped things in because I don't like gift bags. They're messy and I prefer wrapping and I prefer how gifts look when they're wrapped. But yeah, the only reason why I use gift bags is for like oddly shaped things. Because as you can see, I only wrap things that were like in a box. And then things like purses or clothing, those are just...
Said anybody ever in the history of gift giving. Like, yeah, that's almost exactly why the gift bag was even invented. Was because there was something, I'm thinking, duh, but in her mind, she's thinking, I'm just so weird like that. I don't like to wrap oddly shaped things. Yeah. You and everybody else on Earth.
Put in gift bags. All right, you guys, so it is fan art time.
Listen, if you are a big enough Amberlynn fan to draw her fan art, I don't know that we would ever really get along. I mean, I'd never like fight you or anything, but I just don't think we would ever like hang in the same circles. So I don't want to be mean, but nah, no thanks.
I've had a few people ask why don't I shout out the artists. It's because anytime anyone does something nice for me, even just a nice comment, they get attacked. And I don't want anyone who makes this art for me to get attacked in any way because they're just being sweet, they're just being kind, and they're doing something that literally is making me smile like every single day. So thank you guys so much.
Well, I mean, yes, and I will say it is a shame that, people can't do, support the people that they like and not get hate for it. At the same time, though, somebody who likes Amberlynn Reid enough to make fan art, they either don't know who she is, right? They haven't learned who they're dealing with, or they have, and they like her enough to do this. So it's like, I'm not saying that anybody should ever get hate for, doing this, whatever, just leave them alone. But at the same time, I also understand why people would be like, bro, do you know who you're supporting? Like, do you know who you're kind of fangirling about? Because this chick ain't it. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you should pick a different parasocial relationship because this one is not going to be good for you.
Much for this, but that is the reason why I will not shout anyone out. I've even had people tell me that I can, but I choose not to. This one in particular, actually, the person who did it posted it on their Instagram, and that's how I saw it, was through Instagram story, because when you post something...
That's how she saw it. She saw it on Instagram.
Tag me, it shows up in my DMs. And this person was loud and proud. They're like, I did this, but I still don't feel comfortable sharing. And a lot of people are like, are these AI? Literally, no. I receive fan art all year round, but I thought this was a cute idea for Vlogmas to kind of broadcast that and show your guys' talent.
I mean,
But anyways,
it's
I
kind of
hope that
shitty.
you guys had a good Christmas Eve. Tomorrow's Christmas. Can you guys believe it?
It's kind of shitty to not shout them out. I mean, I get the whole not giving hate thing, but I mean, it's like, I don't know, artists like to have recognition of their work, right? It's almost like, look what this person did for me. I don't know. It comes off as kind of pompous to me.
I mean, for me, tomorrow is Christmas Eve since today is the 23rd. Confusing. Anyways, I hope that you
Very confusing. Yes, that I can see why you'd have trouble with that. That was very confusing.
guys did enjoy this Vlogmas, and I'll see you guys in my next.
Okay, yeah, no, semaglutide just is not it. No, this is not a great idea. I mean, I know there are a lot of people championing that. They're like, why don't you go back on semaglutide? It worked. Like, for her, it's never going to be an actual solution. It's going to work for maybe a month or two, and then it's just gonna because she like I said, she's gonna have to take it literally for the rest of her life, you know, to help her enough to make a difference. She needs far more help than an injection. So anyway, I hope you all have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you next time. Take care.